Hey everybody, welcome to the break room. I'm Jenny Jewel, and we are looking at some delicious coffee beans, the elixir of the gods. I think without coffee, I wouldn't be alive right now. um, oh my gosh. All right, so I gotta stop getting distracted by the beans. Oh, yummy. So I've been using the break room segment for like PSAs and things. This one's gonna be a little different. So I keep getting asked about war stories, and you know who you are. All some of you. And I will share one war story and then some other things. So the one war story I have is, again, I was working during the WTO riots and in Seattle. So now you've kind of tracked me down. I know some people already have. I know I'm being researched, so that's not news to me. But yeah, that was chaos. That was hell. And the worst part is all of the demonstrations and riots that were happening in downtown at the time, the people from the World Trade Organization would have never seen it. They were nowhere near downtown Seattle. Well, I mean, technically near, but not near. They were in a secure location. And so when I talk about getting Department of Defense clearance, that was partly for that, because I helped with things at the location. And I can't talk about any of that stuff. So I can't say where it was. I can't say anything. Because, it's like, we're talking like Secret Service snipers and crap. And the local jurisdictions and, and having to work with everybody. And yeah, it was different. But then when things start to go a little nuts, yeah, you had to call in the cavalry. It was crazy. And it went on for more than one day. So I did end up taking calls for some of this too. Just ugly. I just don't like violence. I like people speaking up. I think that's important. But I don't like it when people who are violent come in and ruin it for the people trying to speak up. You know what I mean? So that's one. I can't really tell a lot of... I wish I could. But yeah, just go ahead and look it up and you can see the pictures. I can't really talk about a whole lot of it. I just... Ooh, yeah. I'd be in trouble. So anyway, moving on to another war story. So... one of the a couple funny calls that I had. Well, we'll only talk about one. We'll save another one for another time. But I had a drunk driver call. And I worked graves. That was my primary thing, because graveyards and working Sundays gives you extra money, and I had kids to raise. So, all right. So working graves, and the caller said, "I'm calling to report a drunk driver, blah, blah, blah." And then, of course, you have to ask, what makes you think that the driver is impaired? And they chuckled and they said, well, they're grinding the side of their car along the Jersey barrier and sparks are flying about 20 feet in the air. You can't miss them. And I was like, great, are you a safe distance away from them? And then they shared, everybody else was keeping a nice safe distance and avoiding it. And we got people out there. And yeah, they were super easy to find. And yeah, the responding officer did get a chuckle, from what I understand, because I was the call receiver. I wasn't the dispatcher that day. So... oh yeah, by the way, did I mention that some centers rotate? And yeah, and there's a whole lot of other inside politics that every place is different. So yeah, those are some war stories. Oh, I could tell you something without telling you anything. I could tell you how I don't want to die. No, because that'll give you guys ideas. Human beings are awful. But they're wonderful. So again, I'm talking about stuff that I've gotten out of being in communications. So I've been in communications for 20 years. I was only in emergency dispatching and call receiving for about just over, almost 13 years. But yeah, a total of 20 plus years of communication. And I can tell you that humans are fascinating and terrifying. I love them and I don't like them. And I wish I could explain all of that, but I can't. So, yeah, good times. I did have a call that I'm not going to talk about or can't talk about, that after the call, the team that responded and myself needed to get into a little therapy session. So just know that those are available too. So with really bad calls, like really bad events, not just a bad call, but like really bad events where there's a, responding, sometimes you need a little help to get through it. And it's okay. It doesn't mean you're weak. It means that you need help. So help is good. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It's perfectly healthy to not understand how to work through certain things because you've never been through it before, right? But yeah, it was an interesting life. And do I miss it? I only miss knowing what's going on all the time. I don't miss the rest of it. So yeah, I'll pop open the scanner just so I know what's going on in my neighborhood because, again, people are interesting. People are very interesting, but we are animals. Put your foot down and stomp all you want, but we are animals. And some wild and crazy ones at that. But with that, guys, thank you for letting me ramble for this break room. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, there's times in your life that you don't look back, but there's times that you need to. Yeah. Good times. Please take care. Stay safe. Don't be naughty. Till next time. See you next week. Bye-bye.